to all of my Sagittarians out there. So please make sure to get the book on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below as usual. So, the cards that I come up with, okay, let's get into it. Shuffling up these cards here, right? I like doing the hybrid shuffle. Right, the bridge shuffle. So the cards that I come up with for the Sagittarians: Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Page of Wands, the Emperor, Strength, Eight of Cups. Capricorn got that too. Two of Wands, Capricorn got that too. Queen of Cups, Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, 5 more cards, right? 5 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and last but not least, we have the World. Okay, so, what I'm seeing here for this is a lot of the, I'm seeing how a lot of the Sagittarians, right? Some of the Sagittarians are a little bit closed-minded about whom it is that they want to date, wanting to date a particular person, right? And unfortunately, not really seeing that the person that you're interested in isn't necessarily interested in you. And the reason why I'm saying that is the Four of Cups so far. So let's get into this a little bit more. So the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Wands, the Hierophant, the Page of Wands, the Emperor, and the Strength represents how this person is trying their best to act as if they're ignoring you. So Sagittarius, they're out here playing all these types of games with you. I don't recommend it. And so a lot of you Sagittarians leave. A lot of you Sagittarians left. Y'all are like, okay, I'm done. Or you should leave. You should be done if you haven't been done already. So the Two of Wands and the Queen of Cups, right, is about how, like, so since this is the case, this is a situation for y'all where this person now wants to pay attention to you now that you're leaving. But a lot of you Sagittarians are like, well, it's pretty much it's too late. You can't really do anything about this. But they're looking at how they don't necessarily want you to leave. But again, there's nothing that they could really do about it. They didn't want you when you were here, so why is it that they tripping about over you now, right? And it's kind of that situation where, you know, they didn't want you, but now that a lot of you Sagittarians are like, you know, you're done. Now they want to play like they like you or whatnot, because it's kind of one of those situations where they don't want you, but they don't want you to be with anybody else. And those types of individuals need to learn to get over themselves, right? So the Page of Swords represents how a lot of you, the person who's doing that, now they started to get angry, right? That you're leaving. Why are you leaving? It's not like that, right? And they may not even necessarily be asking you that, right? Sorry, something in my eye. They may not even necessarily be asking you that. But what it is that they are thinking that to themselves, right? Because again, their high horse is way too high. They need to learn how to get over themselves a little bit more. The Page of Swords, right? The Page of Swords represents how, so you Sagittarians understand that you have a lot more self-respect for yourselves than that. Like this person, no one is gonna just come through, right? Say that they're interested or make it seem like they're interested if they're not directly saying it, and then essentially, literally, just waste your time, play games and stuff like this, and then end up not even putting in any kind of effort. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about when I started to realize that this is the theme of the reading. I was seeing how do I say? I was seeing another YouTube channel, and this person had actually put on this video and started reviewing it and started talking about it. Like, yes, like it's that type of situation where you can tell that there's a form of mental illness there, because the person was talking about how, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just say it was the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel, Just Pearly Things. The person, she basically hit the nail on his head with that, right, review, right, that she was the Just Pearly Things channel was talking about, because Pearl was talking about how it is that, like, if people really want to be with each other, then you need to actually go after they want, regardless of whoever you are. Regardless of whoever you are. And Pearl was right, because too many times people who think that well, I want people to chase after me and stuff like this with this type of mentality, they don't necessarily seem to understand that the person may not necessarily see you in that sense, and not necessarily not looking at you from a romantic sense, but they may not necessarily see you because they may have other things going on, or they may have other people whom they're paying attention to. And sometimes this person may need assistance when it comes to giving them another choice, in the sense that you making yourselves present to them. But too oftentimes what you'll have is you'll have people who are caught up in the delusion of, well, no, I'm not going to go ahead and do a little bit of chasing. Let me go ahead and say this. Both people have to do the chasing. Both people have to do the chasing. Okay? A relationship is not going to be a functional, healthy relationship if both people don't do the chasing. The person has to do some chasing. The other person has to do some form of chasing. The reason why it is that so many people are getting cheated on is because of the value level, peerage, not being up to snuff. And what I mean by that in the first, and this is all relating, and what I mean by that in the first place is because the reason why it is that so many people, whomever they do, right, wink, wink, hint, hint, cheats, is because the person chases and 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 chases, and they do all this chasing, and when they finally get the person whom they've been chasing after with forever and a day, they're bored to freaking to sickness now, so to speak, because now they done all this chasing and they're burned out. And now they don't really actually want to be in a relationship with you, because you tried to have them do so much chasing, in fact, because you thought that you had all, that person, one of these people thought they had all this value, to the point where when the person actually does all this chasing, now they're bored and they're exhausted, and now they're taking it personally, because now they're thinking to themselves, I did all this chasing to get at you, and now that I finally now that I finally got at you, now it's a situation where there's really nothing here. So I might as well just do my own thing. And whatever this relationship is, you'll find out about it a little bit later. And that's part of the reason why I told y'all to cut it out with this nonsense. If you're not dating on a level of character, then you are essentially playing games. And the Just Pearly Things also said that people need to stop playing these games. Yes, they do. Because it's the same situation with me, Sagittarius. I'm in the same boat with you. And I'm going to continue, don't worry. I'm in the same boat with you, where it's a situation with me where, you know how many people I've spoken to, Joe? You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. But you know how many people I've spoken to in that sense, if you connect in it, because I'm straight. You know how many people I've spoken to? Right? And none of them, only a few of them wanted me. And when I mean a few, I mean I must have spoken to, when I really think about it, hundreds. And a cut, like more than 20 of them I can name off the rip, like remember immediately. I must have spoken to hundreds of them. You see what I'm saying? And the vast majority of them aren't interested. 95% of them aren't interested. Not even realizing I got this going on. I got my book. People still buy my book. I'm coming up. You see what I'm saying? And they essentially screw themselves over because it's not just about the money, but also me being good company and stuff like this. So they playing themselves with that. And that's the same thing that they got going on with you, Sagittarius. That's why I'm saying all that. They're playing themselves by trying to play you, Sagittarius, because they're so dumb, right? Because mental illness is a level of idiocracy, right? When you really look it up, when you really start paying attention to it, start studying it, they're dumb because they have this mentality of, well, I don't necessarily need to do certain things, not even realizing they themselves are so dumb, Sagittarius, to the point where they don't seem to realize if they want a functional relationship, yes, they do. So the thing is that Sagittarius is not one of those zodiac signs for you to be playing with. Sagittarius, Virgo, Cancer is not one of those zodiac signs for you to be playing with. So the Five of Wands now represent the Five of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles represents. Now this is a situation for a lot of y'all where this ain't it. You know what I mean? So I just see how a lot of the Sagittarians being like, okay, you don't have a choice on who it is that I get to hang out with or whatnot, right? Because they're trying to like call you up and stuff like this shortly afterwards and try to create a fight with you. And you Sagittarius is like, well, who are you to even try to tell me X, Y, and Z? Screw you. And then the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles is about, so you immediately started trying to be on the dating scene again. They lost you by trying to control you. Love, real love, functional love is not about control. I'm going to say it again. It's about you loving and respecting the person's. It's about you loving and respecting their life and taking them into consideration so much to the point where you want them to be as best as they can be, right? And thrive without even you being there if they choose that they don't want you to be there. A lot of people haven't reached that level yet. A lot of people haven't reached that level. So the Knight of Swords and the World now represents how, yeah, these people are still upset, right? Texting you every now and again, every couple of days, not wanting to let go. But the World represents they don't seem to understand that it's over. It's over. It's over for them. So let's clarify the World. They don't get it. It's over for them. They don't really have a choice but to understand that it's over, right? The only thing that people don't have control over is free will. And you see people who try to manipulate free will and not realizing that's a dangerous game. That's the reason why you're seeing the 86 rate, if you catch my drift, of people losing they getting 86, if you know what I mean. Because the reason why is because what you're seeing is they trying to control free will. And it's what the freak are you doing? So to clarify the World, you have the Three of Bats, the Six of Bats, and the Eight of Bats. It's time to start using these cards, right? Because I had this for a couple of years. It's time to start using these cards because I really only want to have the Dragon Tarot and another. I only want to have this deck box, or this deck rather, and another deck of cards, right? But you know, just gaining the experience. So the Three of Bats, the Six of Bats, the Eight of Bats. So what I'm seeing here is that to clarify the World, yeah, like this person had their shot, they blew it. Six of Bats, more of the same. They don't necessarily seem to understand that it's over, and now they want to get right back in. They want you now that you don't want them, right? Because they're idiots, you know. there's obviously they're suffering from a skewed perception. What kind of a person only wants someone only when that person doesn't want them anymore? That's mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? So the Three of Pentacles, let's take a look at the Three of Pentacles. The King of Imps, the Fool, wow. The Seven of Ghosts. Yes, you already have people, you're already back on the dating scene, and you already have people who are interested in you already. This person only did one thing, and that's play themselves. I don't know what this person was trying to do. Well, I do know what the person was trying to do. The person was trying to get you caught up, to break your spirit, to not have you leave them. But that's idiotic, right? That's idiotic completely. Sagittarius has too much sand for that, right? Sagittarius has way too much rambunctiousness. Sagittarius is way too worked up, way too kinetic, way too energetic, just like Virgo for that. Come on. Just like Gemini. Cut it out. Like, that's not, Sagittarius ain't going to be one of them zodiacs. Trust me. Sagittarius ain't going to be one of them zodiac signs that's going to sit down, sit in one place, stay still. If a Sagittarius has to do that, they're going to be jiggling their feet. Their mind is going to be all over the place. They ain't one of those zodiac signs where you're going to try to break their spirit. That ain't going to go as well as you thought, right? So let's clarify the Five of Wands, right? This is getting more interesting. Let's clarify. You have the Queen of Imps, you have the Eight of Imps, and then you have the Magician. So to clarify the Five of Wands, so the Queen of Imps represents how a lot of you and this person was going back and forth. The Eight of Imps, they wanted to talk to you, and you, Sagittarius, was like, there's nothing to really talk about. This person, right, this person that represents the Magician, right, who have a lot of tricks up their sleeve and stuff like this, a lot of trickery, didn't necessarily want to hear all that because they couldn't take no for an answer as they was talking to you. You, Sagittarians, understood that it really wasn't up to them whatsoever. So this person, like I said, they're delusional. They're caught up in that situation where they're a little bit too caught up in their own high horse. And they don't seem to understand that if they're going to really be on the dating scene and things are really going to work out for them, they're going to have to learn to get over themselves. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you for today. Peace.